All right, a Daily Fish special is coming up on Tuesday as you enjoy this incredible weekend of sports. This is another Daily Fish hook, a quick snag to let you know what is happening and coming up. Hi, everyone. John Daly here, along with Eric Snyder, a.k.a. Fish and Fish. First, it is still Saturday here, but what a weekend in sports, huh?
Yeah, right. Look at the background. You got Wisconsin just scored, right? So now it's to be 7-7 as we talk Wisconsin. I'm watching that. In my background, you got the same game on, and Texas LSU after that. And then after that, in the triple header, you got Georgia and Clemson. So college football in full form.
Yeah, it's great. Dodgers and Giants last night in extra innings. The Giants coming back and winning that game in extra innings, putting them back into first place. And then, as you were just saying, some great NCAA games with a surprise last night. Virginia Tech taking down number 10, the Carolina Tar Heels.
Yeah, big law. Yeah, Mac Brown, my old coach at Texas, that was a big upset. The best thing about that, if you're in a big crowds, was the fact that part of the student section was the girls were using their panties as masks. So I mean, that's always a big selling point when you're watching a college football event, isn't it?
No, absolutely. Yeah. How come we're not in college now? Jeez.
Oh, talk about real TV, huh?
Yeah, let's talk about that because we have two shows coming up for you on Tuesday. The first is a special at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, and it's all thanks to your idea about my past.
Take a look. Take a look at that logo. Does that look familiar, John?
Absolutely. I know it well. How about my hat? You like my hat?
Yeah, everything about the show. I mean, it's such a pleasure to be able to have this 25-year anniversary in tribute to you. And, you know, talk about the guys that are going to be on. You got some of your cohorts that put this thing together are going to make this show really epic.
Yeah, these guys are really the backbone of the show. John Johnston, Michael Horowitz, and Matt Gavin. They were three of the producers that made me look very, very good. And they are extremely insightful about television. They're also hysterical, and they jab at each other. So you're going to hear some great stories behind the scenes of how real TV got off the ground and how it got to be so successful. And they're going to have some fun with it.
Sure they will. And, you know, I'll jab at you, but the bottom line is that the 4 years you were on it, no, seriously, and we'll talk about this. The 4 years you were on it, and a testament to you, I mean, I'm not trying to kiss your ass, but you had 4 million viewers when you put that show on for the first 4 years. And then we know it kicked off the Bob Rashad and had some success, but your show really was the blueprint for maybe what's going on YouTube right now and social media. So we'll get into that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a big doubleheader Tuesday.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, too, because we're going to we'll do the Real TV special with those guys. And then what we'll do is we'll come back on with a regular Daily Fish, but we're going to do that at 8:15 Eastern and 5:15 Pacific. So it'll be about 15 minutes, a little bit late, just to give a little time so that show gets up there. And then we're going to have this full hour of the grind, schmuck of the week, who's got swag, something fishy, and some delicious talk. We have Jesse B on.
Yeah, Tommy Hitman Hearns. I mean, if you're a boxing fan, you know that guy. It's his brother. And he's very famous, a world-renowned chef, and is doing work right now with Guy Fieri, another chef. He's he was in Vegas this past week, and I might hook up with him later on today and talk about stuff he's doing with the Raiders. So we're gonna have fun with him. And again, you get 2 hours with me, John, on Tuesday. Good luck.
Oh my God. Yeah. How can we stand that? Hey, actually, folks, you should check out last week's show as well. We had Donnie Most on, and Donnie revealed some casting drama that happened during Happy Days. And that was actually really interesting stuff. Plus, you can see all he is doing in TV, film, as well as live music. So we had a great show with Donnie last week, too.
Right. So it's a couple of days away. And tomorrow, Notre Dame plays Florida State primetime. Big baseball action going on. Talk about the golf. Your boys, Rahm, Cantley, and I just look at the leaderboard. Just the DeChambeau, they're going at it again. Then Monday night, huge. Louisville goes at it, and I forgot who they're playing.
I forgot who they're playing.
I'm really prepared. I can tell I'm so prepared when we do this live. Louisville's got a shootout with Mississippi. And that's if you're looking at the over on that, if you're betting the over, I would say bet the over 50 points. A huge game Monday night. Again, this is the time of the year. We talk about this all the time. Now it's coming up. College football is going to be in our grip. And guess what? And you know, we're heading towards Thursday night when NFL season starts with Tampa Bay hosting the Dallas Cowboys.
And so after Thursday night, every week until mid-February, you're going to have football. So you're going to have the NFL. So get ready for it. It's changing, that's for sure. And it's all going to happen. All going to happen real soon. So I'm really excited about it. I'm actually watching a lot of these games, and I'm seeing the enthusiasm of the people at these games, and also talking to people. Hey, really excited that these games are on again. So hopefully things are returning to normal. Hopefully, the COVID thing's not going to do anything horrible, but it's still pretty exciting watching these games. That's for sure.
Well, they're full crowd. I mean, they're full houses. There's a full house right now in your background, full house. Let me ask you this though: where you're at in your part of the woods of the Carolinas, is it more of a North Carolina fan base, or is it North Carolina State where you're at? Because that's a big loss by Carolina yesterday. So, are you guys pouting right now?
I would say here, believe it or not, in the area where I live in, it's a Clemson fan base. And it just seems to be a lot of Clemson people who are in the North Carolina area. And it's a lot of people. I was talking with somebody last night, and she was telling me, she goes, 17 members of my family went to Clemson. So she says, you better be rooting for Clemson tomorrow. Okay, so it's all ACC here more than anything else. And wait till basketball season comes. I mean, you can't figure out who's NC State or who's Carolina, who's Duke, and again, you just don't know until you ask them or until you see what they're wearing.
So let me ask you this then: you say you're Clemson, big game against Georgia. What an opener! You couldn't have a bigger opener, 5 against 3. So you talk about basketball, John. So is Clemson out of the mix where you're from, and it turns into a what? So if you're Clemson football, what's a basketball team in your area? Is it Carolina? Is it Duke, North Carolina, or is it North Carolina State?
All three. I mean,
wow.
all three. I mean, my father-in-law, God rest his soul, you knew him well. He was good friends with you. He was a huge Duke fan. All of his friends were Carolina fans. So he used to have these running battles all the time, talking about it. And of course, he got a little bit more up on all of them because Duke won a little bit more national championships. But it doesn't matter. And then at some point we're going to have Rick Meadows on. Rick Meadows is he's an actor. He's a traveler. He's been a good friend of mine. He's a graduate of NC State, and he wouldn't spit on anybody if they were on fire if they were from Carolina. I mean, he just he's that way. So it's a even though we're all together, we're all in the same state here. You have your differences, and that's for sure.
And that's what we talk about on Daily Fish, and we'll talk about some of the. We're going to go behind the scenes on Real TV. I'm going to ask what happened, what allowed them to allow you to be the guy to do it. But getting back to sports, isn't that great? Because you're a big Red Sox fan, and you wouldn't spit on a Yankee fan if they're on fire. Raiders, Chiefs, and that's what makes it so great. It makes sports so important. Getting back to your father-in-law, a great guy. I really never liked him because he said I resembled a Middle Eastern dictator. Never said that. I tell the audience, I meet a guy. Hey, Fish, you got to meet this guy. This is my father-in-law, Dave. And he goes, you know what? You look like Assad from Syria. The worst thing you say to a Jew.
Hey, he tells it like it is. I mean, that's why he rooted for Duke. Come on.
That's like me going up to an Irishman like you and saying, you know what, John, you kind of remind me of William the Longshanks. Kind of brutalized your whole people in Scotland back in the day. But no, I mean, you can see I'll get at him. I mean, you got, like you said, you got the comment. We could talk forever about this. We're going to wrap this up. But the bottom line is, this is the best time. If you're a sports fan, you either go towards March with March Madness, baseball starting, the Masters coming up in April, or this time of year in September, where you got hockey and basketball going into their preseasons. You got college football, pro football, and I can't emphasize this enough. Look at that battle, that pennant race right now between the Dodgers and Giants. It reminds some of our older viewers about the 50s and the 60s and the battles they had in the 70s. And we're gonna play this thing out in the next 25 games. Brilliant.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming up. Looking forward to it. All right, folks, that is the Daily Fish quick hitter hook for the day. We're going to see you at 7 p.m. Eastern this week and 8 p.m. or I should say 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. So we're going to do 2 shows again. Just remember that. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, and then 8:15 Eastern and 5:15 Pacific. Boy, that's difficult to put together. How did I do that? Oh my God. We air on DB&A television on Roku, Amazon Fire, and soon Apple TV. We stream 24/7 on the DB&A television website, which is db&atelevision.com. Follow us and like us on Facebook at daily.fish.5. And also subscribe on YouTube. Email us at dailyfish1 Fish, looking forward to it. Going to be a great weekend, and we're going to have some fun shows next week.
One last thing. Do you think Horowitz, Matt, or JJ is going to reveal how much you paid them to get the hosting job? Because I know Rashad paid him. So I got, we're gonna get deep. We're gonna get. Let me tell you something. I can't wait. I was a big fan of this show, and we're gonna get some. If you want to get the backstories, what happened in the dressing rooms, and in John's case, what wardrobe and makeup, and how many makeup guys and wardrobe guys did you have? About 30?
No, we had two, and not only that, they signed non-disclosure forms, so they can't tell you.
Yeah, guess what? I did my. You're not the only journalist here, pal. I love you. I can't wait to see you, and we'll do this thing on Tuesday. All right. Have a great weekend.
You got it.
Thanks.